And they talked about man-making, character building. Now even they are disputed. Yoga is practiced all over the world. You cannot teach yoga in our schools here. Because yoga has still not passed the acid test of liberals. This is our problem, friends. I, for one, feel that there should not be any debate over Indianizing our education. It needs to be Indianized. It needs to be made into a system that caters to the last child of our country. You belong to Tamil Nadu. Rajendra Chola's edicts, inscriptions are available. And there were books, Rajendra Chola belonged to 10th and 11th century. Chola kingdom. There were books about what used to be the education system in India until the advent of the British. Education was universally available. And imparting education, it was never the lone responsibility of the state alone. It was primarily the society which used to take up the responsibility of imparting education to the people. Chola's inscriptions say every village under Chola kingdom was mandated to contribute to building schools. And in the 18th century, in the 19th century, there was a big survey about education in Punjab. A British educationist had done that survey. It was published in Dharampal's Beautiful Tree book. He said that, overwhelming sentiment in the country, whether it was a very, very anarchist type of ruler, or a very avaricious businessman, or an ordinary mortal living in a small house, everybody used to think that imparting education is my responsibility. They would do something towards promoting education. Education, in this sense that was described, both material as well as value-based education, should be a popular movement. Friends, let me end by one slightly loaded statement. Now, as I said, even Vivekananda, Mahatma Gandhi, they all, when they talked about education, they differentiated between literacy and education. In fact, Gandhiji was very, very forthright. He said, literacy I don't recognize as education. You may give somebody some knowledge. These days, that I don't remember the name, the economist from US who coined that phrase, knowledge industry. So I don't even use the word give. I am ready to use the word sell. You sell education, you sell literacy, that's what we are doing. We are selling it. We have made it into a commodity. But that's not education. That's just literacy, and Gandhiji was very clear, literacy is not enough. You need to give education. That education has to be Indian. Because, I said I'm making a loaded statement, Winston Churchill in 1946 made a very, very significant statement. He said, it was after the Second World War. His statement was, the empires of the future shall be the empires of the mind. We have already entered the era of mind empires. In this era of mind empires, you need an education that is rooted in your culture, that is rooted in your reality, the Indian reality. Thus far we have failed. If we continue with this, I would only repeat what many people often quote, Macaulay's quote. Macaulay, when he proposed a particular system of education to India, his often quoted statement, it's quoted all over, was that we must at present do our best to form a class of persons, Indian in blood and color, but English in taste, in morals, and in intellect. Taste, I don't mind. I also like English food. I'm a vegetarian. Western English food you all must be liking. But no morals. Morals have to be country-specific, society-specific. If we want, let's teach people to eat good English food, but also with good Indian values. Thank you, friends.